Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here and today it is time for my 1,500 subscriber Q&A. Let's let off some fanfare in the background. Absolutely awesome, I can't thank you guys enough. Whatever I say would sound really cliche, so I'm just gonna leave it with, well, I'm not gonna leave it with thank you because that's not really enough. Like, the support recently has been absolutely it's since I had this idea to do a Q&A, or since I was given the idea to do a Q&A by some of you guys, I have hit 1,600 subscribers and I'm on my way to 1.7k, and like it's really motivating seeing all your comments and likes and just knowing that you guys actually enjoy the videos that I make, because ultimately I'm trying to entertain you, and I just, like, you're such gods, you're actually all like gods, but I mean, so yeah, that's awesome. So we're gonna jump into this Q&A. Another thing, how many you asked me so many questions. Like, I didn't want this video to be too long, although I suppose, you know, it's a special video, so I suppose it can be as long as it wants to be, but like, it's like you guys asked me so many questions. It was actually kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. But so thank you all for that, and I'll try and answer all of them in this video. But yeah, so just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's awesome. It's awesome to see, but I'm going to move on instead of saying awesome continuously. So the first question is, be a Formula 1 world champion or win the World Cup for your home country. When I first got this question, it was really difficult, but since then I've sort of decided Formula 1. I don't know, I think I just enjoy Formula 1 more than football. Even though I really love football, I really love the club that I support, which I'll answer in a second, but yeah, I think I would just enjoy winning a Formula 1 championship more than I'd enjoy winning the World Cup. I don't really know. Maybe if it was in my home country, it would be slightly different, but certainly winning the Formula 1 World Championship, I think, for me, would just edge it. So the next question is opinions on Football Manager and a potential series on it. Well, my opinion on it is it's awesome. It's an awesome game. And a potential series on it, I don't know, actually, that would be probably quite interesting. Feel free to leave that in the comments, maybe, as a suggestion whether I should do a series on that or not. It's something I could certainly do in the future. I don't really have a computer that's worthy of Football Manager currently, but if I did get one, then yeah, feel free to leave that in the comment section. Should I do a Football Manager series? And I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to it, so I might need a lot of your help on that one, but yeah, it would be very, very interesting. Alright, so the next question then is, are you thinking of playing any other games? So basically, yes, actually. Obviously I play F1, I play FIFA, I played Grid when the games came out. I was really wanting to play GTA on next gen, as well as FIFA on next gen, F1 on next gen when they all come out. GTA, I'd really love to make some videos with some other YouTubers on that. That would be absolutely awesome. Inspired by some other YouTubers. But yeah, I'd certainly like to play some other games. So my second channel, I just didn't really have time to run my second channel, but I wanted to play a lot of different games on that, and, you know, old games and stuff. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to play GTA and stuff, and maybe some shooters and anything that you guys want. So again, feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments section for games that you would like to see me play. But now, moving on to the next question, what team do you support, or what are your two favourite teams? I support Liverpool. As anyone who follows me on Twitter will know, I'm ranting constantly about Liverpool in general. My second favourite team, it used to be QPR, but then I just sort of fell out with them. I don't know why, because that was near where I was born. Notts County, I suppose, is near where I live. I'd probably say Brentford, because that's the team that I was born closest to, being Ealing in West London. So yeah, Brentford will probably be my second team, but Liverpool obviously my first team. Next question, your current definition of Liverpool's season?
Suck your mum. How
did you get into YouTube? Did you have inspirations or think, hey, I'm good at FIFA, I'll entertain people with this? So basically, it was probably more the last one. I'm not very good at FIFA, as you probably know. But the story of my channel is, for anyone who doesn't know, I don't know if I've ever said on this channel actually, this was meant to be a joint channel with one of my friends, hence the name. It was a combination of both our nicknames, mine being Nirangatang, because it went with Nira and Orangutan being the animal, and his nickname was the Flying Scotsman, because he's Scottish. That's sort of self-explanatory, but still, you know, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so it was more like the opportunity came about because someone was selling a HD PVR, and we just thought, well, you know, I quite like YouTube videos, you quite like YouTube videos, let's make some YouTube videos. In terms of inspirations of the videos that I make, I'd probably say the old school FIFA guys like Hjerp Seth. I used to watch his montages so much. Used to love FIFA montages back in the day. KSI when he was first coming about, and the Nepenthes, Calfreezy, Mini-Minter a bit when they were all in that Moy Leicester's Pro Club series and Calfreezy and stuff, Tobias Gaming, all of those guys I suppose, and MGH. And Arsenal Giants PS3. Does anyone even remember them? Jesus Christ. Into the Barrier, of course, from an F1 perspective, but I didn't get to know most of the F1 YouTubers until I joined that community already. So yeah, I had some inspirations from YouTubers, but I probably wouldn't have done it unless the opportunity of, oh yeah, let's just do a YouTube channel came about. So it's sort of a combination of the two. What got you into racing? Basically, I don't know actually. I think I actually genuinely can't remember. I've actually been watching motorsport since probably about 2002. Yeah, so when I was like 5, that doesn't seem very legitimate in reality, but genuinely I've loved motorsport since I was very little. Yeah, I think I just watched a Formula 1 race back in like 2002, and I just really enjoyed it. I don't know, the honest answer is I don't know. Since then I've done stuff like karting and stuff, so that I suppose emphasised that, but the initial thing, I don't know. I'm not sure. Next question then, will you ever do an Ultimate Team series? Now this was quite a popular one, this came from 2 guys. Yes, I want to do pack openings a little bit later on, maybe into next year. But as far as an Ultimate Team series goes, I genuinely do not have enough time. I wanted to do the Ultimate New from last season. I really wanted to do that series, emphasise a bit more on it, get good at the editing and all that, and try and, perfect that a little bit more. But I just, with A-levels this year, I really have not had time to do all that fancy editing and stuff for that series. So the short answer is I wanted to, but haven't really had time. But I will try and do some pack openings a little bit later on in the year. Would a question be a question if it had not had a question for you? So the next one is a few questions. It's sort of a bundle of questions. How old are you? I am 17. I'm 18 in August. What is your favourite team? That is Liverpool. I am a Liverpool supporter. And Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi. A few years ago I probably would have said Lionel Messi, but now Cristiano Ronaldo, I think he's just a little bit more of a complete player. Come at me if you're not feeling that, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, who would you like to see at Liverpool next season? As of course I'm a Liverpool fan. Defensively, and a replacement for Luis Suarez, I think probably sums it up completely. Dejan Lovren is even worse than our defence was last season on his own. And with the combination of Glenn Johnson on the right back, it's just a catastrophe. So, yeah, it's not been fantastic, but yeah, hopefully we'll find a replacement, or at least, a flair striker like Luis Suarez was. And some solid defenders, some solid centre-halves would really go a long way for us, I think, at the moment. Thoughts on the current F1 team disasters of Marussia or Caterham? Do you think F1 is in a rut? Yes, is the short answer to that. I do think F1 is in a rut. I think it's horrible. To be honest with you, I don't understand how it's got to this situation where the small teams just aren't, they really are not supported whatsoever. I don't know if any of you have actually seen the official statements of the amount that people got into, or the amount teams got in prize money last season. It's ridiculous. Ferrari get the most, being £103 million, and Marussia gets £6 million. It just needs to be a lot more fair in terms. And I know it's got to be some emphasis on the Constructors' Championship, because otherwise people wouldn't go for it. But it's just a little bit pathetic when you're getting the small teams going nowhere, and at the end of the day, you get the big teams getting better and the small teams getting worse, and unfortunately, that just leads to teams, unfortunately, dropping out like Marussia and Caterham. And I get where Ted Kravitz is coming from. His opinion was that, teams just drop out, it happens. But unfortunately, in the economic situation that we're in, new teams just aren't going to sprout out from nowhere. When we lost guys like Jordan and Jaguar and Minardi, they were replaced by, I think it was, firstly Midland, then Spiker, then Force India, and then Toro Rosso. Who were Jaguar replaced by? Oh, Red Bull. Jaguar replaced by Red Bull. And this has happened throughout F1. But at the moment, there's not going to be any new teams. I know Haas is coming in 2016, but we could have lost another 2 teams by then, being Lotus and Sauber, due to their economic situation. So, yeah, I do think F1's heavily in a rut. What do you use to record gameplays? I basically used a simple Horpage HD PVR. It was the first one ever to be created, apparently. I'll put a little image on the screen, but yeah, it's got blue little flashing lights, and it's pretty good. Hoping to get an Elgato of those soon. 6x minus 5 equals 90x. 0.0595381. Boom. Do you find it funny or depressing that those who left Southampton are below them in the table? Funny. Very funny. Despite it affecting my team obviously being Liverpool, we obviously took Dejan Lovren, Adam Lallana, and of course Ricky Lambert. It's brilliant. I love Southampton, to be honest with you. They're not my second team, but I love to see them do well because of the way they buy players. I mean, Dusan Tadic and Graziano Pelle have been amazing signings, and just seeing them do well is really cool. You know, Nathaniel Klein, Ryan Bertrand, Fraser Forster, they've got some really good players, and it's nice to see them do well. And I like their policies of going for youth players and going for unknown players when they do sign good players as well, like from the Dutch league, being Tadic and Pelle. And yeah, I really like to see them do well, so I find it funny, definitely not depressing. How many bitches do you get per square kilometre? 4,375,600. Most awkward moment you've been a part of? Probably spontaneously throwing up in front of the sweet store at Alton Towers. Yeah, that happened. Right, so next question. Thank you for the lovely compliment at the start of it, but what makes you rage apart from auto spin curbs? Yes, auto spin curbs make me vomit, but still, that's not the point here. That is certainly not the point here. I'd probably have to say slow repliers. They annoy me. They make me want to punch a. Thoughts on Super GP2? Would it work? Yeah. I basically, for anyone who doesn't know what this idea is, to sort of rekindle the numbers on F1 grids, Bernie Eccleston talked about basically vamping up GP2 cars and sending them out onto the F1 grid. Now, basically, actually, I think this would work. I think this would be brilliant. I don't know whether it would actually happen and whether it would actually work. I hope it would work because I think it's a really clever idea. Because really GP2 cars aren't that much slower than F1 cars anymore. Certainly not as much as they used to be. I think, was it at Hungary, the fastest GP2 lap was, I think, under 2 seconds off a Caterham's lap or a Marusha's lap. So it's, you know, just a little bit more horsepower, like not even that much, would send you basically to a Marusha or a Caterham level. One thing though that does probably concern me is the fact that teams might get a little bit dependent, because you don't want really, yeah, you want it to sort of bolster the numbers at the back of the grid, but you don't want half of the F1 grid turning into GP2 cars. It is a great idea, and I think it would be lovely for cars at the back, like maybe to get you an extra 6 cars at the back of the field. But if people like Force India started turning to it, and Sauber and Lotus and Williams, well obviously Williams wouldn't, but Force India especially and Lotus and stuff, it would just get a little bit too messy. You'd have a bit too many GP2 cars on an F1 grid. But yeah, I do like the idea, as long as it doesn't go that far. In terms of getting some new places on the grid, some new spots for some younger drivers to come through, giving GP2 graduates probably a bit more of a chance, maybe getting some new teams and mechanics in as well from GP2, like Carlin, Dams, ART, and I think it would just be refreshing. I would quite like to see it personally, and yeah, maybe that's a controversial view, but I don't know, I quite like it personally. Best F1 race you've ever watched? I don't think I can choose one. But one of the classic races that I didn't watch live but have watched and is incredible was probably Germany in 2000. Like, it was ridiculous. At Hockenheim, the old Hockenheim, which was a freaking incredible track. It was just an awesome race. Go and watch it if you haven't, because it's absolutely incredible. But from recent races, either Brazil 2012, where Sebastian Vettel won the championship from facing backwards, I watched that live, it was stunning, it was absolutely ridiculous, or Canada 2010/2011, I can't remember the year, Jenson Button won it off Sebastian Vettel on the final lap, and it was, oh man, it was astonishing. It was absolutely astonishing. Either that or Canada this year as well, actually. Those are probably my 4 favourite races of all time. Will you ever do real life videos on your channel? Yes. I would like, if vlogging is what you mean, yes, I would ideally have liked to have done this Q&A really with face cam, but I don't have a camera that's very good. In the next few weeks I'm hoping to get one though, and I'll hopefully be able to start doing face cam, and if you ever want to see me do a Q&A again, I'll film myself doing it, but I'd certainly do face cams and vlogs if you guys were up for that, certainly. A day as Per Mertesacker or a day as Aaron Lennon? Per Mertesacker. That might be surprising, but I just want to know what makes him so slow. Like, I just don't understand how you can possibly be that slow. It'd be great to be fast and be Aaron Lennon and all that, but a day as Per Mertesacker, you'd actually learn what it's like to be so slow. Okay, so final question then. What is your subscriber target on YouTube? And to be honest with you, oh yeah, insert cliche here, but I genuinely don't have one. I don't have a subscriber target. There's numbers in my head that I'd be like, oh my god, imagine if I got to that number. You know, who doesn't do that when you're a small YouTuber? But it's not something that I think about, really. I think about growth a lot, and I think, oh, you know, what number I could get to if my growth's like this for 2 months, and just stupid thinking like that. But I don't really have a goal. I mean, I suppose I maybe you need to set yourself goals. Maybe my goal for the end of 2015 would be to have 10,000 subscribers or 15,000 subscribers or something. You know, it's optimistic, but it's something to aim at. But I don't really set myself goals at the start of a year and think, oh, I've got to get to that by the end of this year. I just sort of take it how it goes, really. And if growth is good, then I'm good. If growth is bad, then I feel a bit bad. But at the end of the day, I've just got to keep plugging away and just making videos and hope that people notice and people like the videos. And yeah, you know, I'd love to be Mini-Minter hitting 1 million subscribers the other day, or Vicstar123, or Vanos, or PewDiePie, but I don't know. You know, that's a side effect, I suppose, getting big. But you know, it's something that I hope to achieve because it's awesome. But it's not something that I'm saying, oh, you know, I'm doing YouTube just to get big. It's not something that I set out to achieve. But it's something that now I've started would be like, oh yeah, that would be quite cool to do that. But yeah, I've monged out that question. I apologise. That was far too long. But yeah, that's the answer. That's a summary of my opinions on YouTube. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm really hoping it's not too long because it was only meant to be about 6 or 7 minutes, and you guys asked me so many questions. It was quite redonkulous, but I hope you don't mind if it's too long, but I did manage to get through pretty much all of your questions, so I hope you guys are happy with that. Thank you guys so much for 1,500 subscribers yet again, and for 1,600 subscribers, and to be on the way to 1,700 subscribers. We're really growing really fast, and it's absolutely awesome. And for 200,000 overall views on the channel, which is absolutely ridiculous to think about, but still, I really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and comment about enjoying it if you enjoyed it that much, as well as questions that I may have asked you earlier on in the video as well. And yeah, just thank you. Thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure ranting to you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.